Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you're watching the YouTube version of this week's podcast, I'm sorry to say we had some video issues and we do not have the video version of this available. However, we do have video recordings of all of our interviews with Ray from Phoenix Overdrive, Emil from Zoink Games, and Dave Proctor from 13am Games, so make sure to check that out. If you listen to the audio version of this week's podcast, this doesn't really affect you. But other than that, we hope you enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to the show. This is episode 43 of the Life of Gaming podcast. My name is Jamie and I'll be your captain on this cruise of video game awesomeness. And you all know my co-host, the kin to my Ryu, Mr. Josh Brandt.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself? Hopefully you're doing okay.
Pretty good. Can't complain about life, my friend. We got elections, we got all this good stuff going on. You know, I'm going on vacation soon. I am pumped.
Awesome. Ohio is coming up soon, so on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'll see how that voting goes.
It doesn't really matter because I think we all know who's going to be the nominee, but
yes. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, we don't want this to become the Life of Political Talking podcast.
Oh man, then we would have people loving us, people hating us. We'd be fights everywhere. It'd be like, riots in the streets.
Yeah, oh yeah. Cars being flipped. Man, that would not be.
Oh man, it'd be a mess. Well, if you guys are watching the video version, you know it is not just Brant and myself. I was gonna say it's not just Brant and myself because I normally introduce Matt or Bremy, but no. Yeah. It's just the two of us. We are a bicycle today, not a tricycle.
Those bums skipping out on us, man.
Oh, I know. But that's okay. You are still going to get an awesome show from us tonight. But this is actually a part 2 of our year 1 anniversary. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go back to our last episode, episode 42. We had some awesome guests on that show. Tonight we are continuing with our wonderful returning guests. Tonight we have Ray Osorio from Phoenix Overdrive and Nerd Overdrive. And then we have we've got Dave from 13am Games, and we have Emil from Zoink Games. So make sure to check that out. They are great interviews. We have an awesome time talking to them. So make sure to check that out. Those will be coming up later in the show. And actually, speaking of anniversaries, Brant, I don't know if you know this, but 2016, there are a lot of anniversaries this year. I mean, we all know about, the Zelda and Pokemon because you just heard those. But do you happen to know some of the other anniversaries that are happening this year?
Let's say the Nathan Drake fiasco.
The Nathan Drank collection.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I went ahead and I compiled some information. I think it was GameSpot or one of these other sites. They had this, all the big anniversaries coming up in 2016. So I'm going to hit you with a few of these, see what you think.
All right.
This year is the 10-year anniversary of Dead Rising, Saints Row, and Okami. Those all came out in 2006.
Dead Rising?
It's the 15-year anniversary. Yes, Dead Rising, 10-year anniversary.
It doesn't seem like that's 10 years old.
I know. It came out August 8th of 2006.
Wow.
15-year anniversary. It's a 15-year anniversary for Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy X, because we all know you love that one, Max Payne, Golden Sun, Devil May Cry, Advance Wars, Luigi's Mansion, which is a fantastic game, Silent Hill 2, Ico, Grand Theft Auto 3 was 15 years ago this year. The original Pikmin and the original Halo. So, I mean, which is crazy. I mean, this really makes me feel old.
Yeah, especially Silent Hill 2. And that brings a tear to my eyes because I want Silent Hill back in all its glory.
I know. Silent Hills was great, too, and it's gone.
It's in purgatory now.
Right.
Norman Reedus, you let us down.
His crossbow of justice. Oh, man. Okay. It's the...
Fire the holy light.
Oh, my gosh. It's the 20-year anniversary. Like I said, we already know it's the 20-year anniversary of Pokemon, but it's also the 20-year anniversary of Resident Evil, believe it or not. It's 20th anniversary of Super Mario RPG, the original one on SNES, which was a fantastic game. Quake, Super Mario 64, and Crash Bandicoot, the original Persona, the original Tomb Raider, and the original Diablo. Those are all 20 years old this year.
Jeez, that's crazy. The original Persona is 20 years old.
Yes.
Man,
yes, it came out September 20th of 1996.
Seems like such a new franchise. I guess 4 is when it blew up, but wow.
Well, like even with Tomb Raider, the original Tomb Raider, I think the first time it released wasn't on PlayStation. I think it was on the Saturn. Like it was very strange.
Huh.
But okay, 25-year anniversary. Ready for this one?
Sure.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
Street Fighter 2, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Civilization are all 25 years old.
Sonic.
So, I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog. Actually, speaking of Sonic, at the South by Southwest that's happening, I forget how soon that's happening. That little video game conference they do.
Yeah.
There's going to be a special Sonic panel there, and they said they're going to have a big announcement. So
Sonic Boom 2. No, let's hope not.
Booming back. Oh man, Deja Boom.
Here comes the boom. Ready or not.
Called Sonic
Here
Deja
comes the boys
Boom.
from the south.
Got
my
to throw that
POD reference
love
there.
in there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious. Okay, 30 years old. Here we go. Legend of Zelda, the original Dragon Quest, Metroid, and Castlevania are all 30 years old this year.
All 30. Man, that's crazy.
Man,
Especially Legend of Zelda and Metroid.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, the funny thing is, this year, we saw a big, I guess you consider it a big celebration for Pokemon because they re-released the Virtual Console games, and then they also, they had that special direct just for Pokemon. They announced 2 brand new Pokemon games, Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
And then with Legend of Zelda, they released Twilight Princess this year. We have another new Zelda coming out this year, so they're really celebrating that. Mm-hmm. But Metroid, it's kind of like, it's like quiet. Like, it's a big Nintendo franchise, but it's been really quiet on that front. I'm kind of surprised.
What is that 4-player 3DS game?
Well, I mean, they did announce Federation Force, but I don't think most people will see that as a celebration of Metroid.
They should have the original, like they did with the Prime trilogy, like do the original 2D side-scrolling Metroid games.
Yeah. Like what they did with the right, like that Mega Man collection just came out, that, I forget what it was called, the Legacy Collection. They should totally do that for Metroid and just have like a Metroid collection, remaster all the side-scrolling games. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome.
And then when
it probably
the
won't
NX
happen.
comes out, just release a new proper Metroid game.
Yeah, that's what we're all waiting for, so we'll see. Okay, I got one more for you. Guess which game has a 35-year anniversary this year?
35. Doom?
35. The original Donkey Kong.
Why did I say Doom?
I have no idea.
I was thinking 25. Well, that still doesn't make sense. Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude. That.
I know video games, folks.
Right. Donkey Kong. So,
Donkey Kong. Okay.
Not only is this year our 1-year anniversary, which is absolutely awesome, all these fantastic games, the reason we even have this show in the first place, are all having awesome anniversaries this year, which is fantastic. And I can't wait to see more from all these. Well, like, all the ones that are still around anyway. Can't wait to see more from them. But, okay, to get on with the rest of the show, I thought maybe our listeners would like to hear some of that. Because last year we talked about stats for the show, so I figured this week we'll talk about some other kind of stats of, video games. But let's hop into what we've been playing. So, Brant, what have you been up to in the video game world, sir?
Okay, well, I finished Life is Strange. And
I
don't think...
Did you like it?
Yeah, I don't think we should make this a spoiler cast. But yeah,
sure.
It was a phenomenal game. Wrapped up
really
everything
good.
really
well.
Good. Yeah, I wish I could talk about it. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit afterwards. But
sure,
yeah, it was a special game, mechanic-wise. Some of the voice acting was atrocious, but it's worth playing.
Like I feel like like Max and Chloe, the two main characters, the acting was phenomenal. It was awesome. But the side characters, they were like really phoned in.
Yeah, like the campus janitor or whatever, how creepy he was.
Yeah.
He was like, you think he's like some sexual predator or something. Talking about his squirrels, and that was weird. And that one gothic chick, that she sounded absolutely terrible, and I would crack up each time she would talk. But man, there were some good twists there. Totally not expecting a few of them. So adventure games, really play good. It. Yep. And then I rented Plants vs. Zombies.
By the way, the soundtrack on Life is Strange is also really good.
Yeah.
Check out the soundtrack. It's really good on that game, especially like the kind of the indie mellow sound.
And well, it takes you back to a time when I was never in college. So it's sort of like if I was in college, it takes you back to what you might feel for it. And just being on the West Coast, like I've never been in Oregon, wherever it takes place. So it's special. Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
But then I was saying I'm playing Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 right now.
Oh, I played the beta for that. It's really good. I haven't played the main game yet though.
Yeah. I got it recently, and it's pretty much Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare fleshed out.
Right.
A lot more modes, more free play stuff where you can just run into there's this middle battleground section. You can switch sides that you're on, so it's sort of cool. You go in there and you can level up and stuff. Then they have all the classic modes back. The new characters really stick out, are fun to play. I really like.
Who do you like playing as?
I like the orange. I think it is.
Most people, every time I play online in the beta, there were so many oranges, like everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone likes playing as the orange.
Because he gets around fast, and then you unroll the ball, and he has that beam, and he has a shield, and
he's like a tank, but he's like a really fast tank.
Yeah, he's pretty much a tank. And then they have the shooter build, which is that corn cob or whatever. He has all these great offensive attacks, and then the zombies have the Superman guy who's close. He's sort of like the chain chomp, or not the chain chomp, the chomper.
The chomping play. Yeah.
He plays in that way. It's chain chomp.
I didn't know Mario was in Plants vs. Zombies. That's awesome.
If they said Mario Garden,
dude. That's it. Dude, you have it. They should, like when it comes to the NX in the future, they should add chain chomps and stuff. Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Piranha, dude, if they replace the chomp with a piranha plant, oh my gosh. See, boom.
Bam, you got it. That is one game that's missing from any type of Mario mix-up. Like they have the kart racing, they have the party games. They should do a shooter. It'd probably be terrible.
Splatoon's the closest thing they have, really.
True, yeah.
For that.
I guess that's their shooter. Nintendo's shooter. Yep. I'm also...
But dude, I do love the idea of a Mario mix with Plants vs. Zombies, though. That would be awesome.
Plants versus Mario. Shrooms versus Mario. But I'm playing Uncharted also. I'm starting the collection. Okay. And
now, is that still crashing for you? I know I saw you posted that it was giving you some problems.
Yeah, it was. It just kept crashing. I'm trying to play this, and it wouldn't get 1 to 3 minutes in, and it just crashed on me. I'm like, what is going on? And then I tried to install it, and it was still doing the same thing. So I was like, okay, I'll just move on to number 2 and 3. But then I thought I'd give one more thing a try, and that was just not playing online. And it actually worked when I just turned off the online. Okay. I got past the point where it kept crashing on me. Then I turned it back on just to see if it will work. And now it's running fine with no problems. So if you have the Uncharted collection and you can't get past the first part, just play offline and then you can turn it back on once you get a little further. So, cool. Games are still great.
Actually, Brant, you know what that reminds me of?
Yeah.
When I first got my PlayStation 3 and my Xbox 360, I can't remember which one it was. I had whatever new Grand Theft Auto was out. I think it was 4 at the time.
Yeah.
And I brought it over, and something was wrong where it kept locking up or my save wouldn't load or something. And we found out if we took it off the internet, or either we took it off the internet and put it back on, I forget which one it was, and all of a sudden it worked. There was some kind of hiccup with the online connection to that game.
Yeah, it had something to do with...
I just remember that happening.
Because when you shoot, how many people you kill with certain weapons, something pops off to the side saying you headshot this person, how many kills you have consecutively.
Sure. Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm sure it was just something syncing problem with that. But yeah,
Sure,
it's Uncharted 2 and 3 are a lot better, but I'm still having a good time playing through 1. And I'm also playing through Golden Abyss when I don't feel like playing on the TV.
Oh, cool. Are you enjoying that?
Yeah, it's really good.
Awesome.
I don't understand all the negativity that went around it. It's
yeah.
It's not as good as, the proper games, but I mean,
but it's also not made by Naughty Dog either.
Right. There's a lot of touch mechanics that aren't implemented very well. And that's the main problem, especially when you're going across the darn log and it forces you to tilt the Vita.
Oh, sure.
Other than that, I mean, it's Uncharted, so good stuff. And then
cool.
Just another thing, Salt and Sanctuary. Dark Souls 3 is coming out.
Yeah.
Salt and Sanctuary is like a 2D Dark Souls game. And I'm reviewing for PlayStation Enthusiast right now, and oh my gosh, it's so good. It scratches that Dark Souls itch so well.
Now, have you heard of I think it's called Slashy Souls?
Yeah.
It's a literal 2D Dark Souls game. I think you get it for pre-ordering it at GameStop or something.
No, I have it on my phone.
I forget how you get it.
You can. It's a free download.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I dabbled like 5 minutes into it, but it's just like
pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Cool.
Just like Fallout Shelter. Something you're not going to
sure.
spend too much time with. Just a companion. But
right. Okay.
Yeah, Salt and Sanctuary. It's actually on the sale right now. You can get it for 10% off of pre-ordering. It comes out March 15th, but yeah, I'm loving it. It's really good. It's by the guys that made Dishwasher Samurai, I think.
Never heard of it.
It came out for Xbox 360.
Oh,
now they're just making games for PlayStation though now. So.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. How about you?
Anything else, sir?
No,
okay,
I'm good.
Sure. Well, the first thing I started playing, like I just mentioned, Pokemon Anniversary. I've downloaded Pokemon Blue version onto my 3DS. I've been playing through that, which is just so many memories come back when playing Pokemon. Just because, as you know, I mean, we used to play it, in junior high, I think. Those are good times. I've never owned Blue, and I was planning on getting Red or Yellow, but then I found out Matt downloaded Yellow. And Bremy downloaded Red, so I'm like, well, if we want to catch them all, I've got to get Blue. So I ended up getting the Blue version. So now for the first time, I own the Blue version. And the other night when we did our Nintendo Talks video, which if you guys haven't seen it, go check out our YouTube page. We have that up on there. It's about 40 minutes. We just talked about the recent Nintendo Direct. But when they came over for that, we were all like trading our Pokemon. Like, okay, which one don't you have? Which one don't you have in your version? We were like trading all these Pokemon around. We had our 3DSs all connected. It was great.
So you just connect wirelessly to other people to swap Pokemon. That's pretty cool.
Sure do.
They didn't patch anything in. Did they patch anything in where you can get all the Pokemon on your own, or do you have to trade with other people?
You still have to trade. I mean, they kept that there. They kept it there, and the only thing they patched was the ability to trade wirelessly. It tricks the game to thinking you have the link cable connected when you don't. Other than that, the game is exactly the same. So all the glitches that used to be in the game, like how to catch Mew and the missing number, secret Pokemon, they're all still there. They didn't change any of that. So, by the way, that Donald Trump Pokemon thing you put up was absolutely hilarious. Where he's like, I would never evolve
Pikachu. And like, oh, of course I've evolved into Raichu.
Next time.
Boom, Raichu.
Right. As soon as I get a Thunderstone, boom, evolved to Raichu. What we say,
every
Rubio
politician
hadn't caught any of them. I caught them all. That was hilarious.
Gotta catch them all, buddy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we said we weren't getting into politics, so we gotta get out of there. Okay,
Trump.
But the other thing, as I showed you earlier behind me, I got all my little amiibo and all my statues behind me. I got Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, which came with the new amiibo, which actually I haven't unboxed the amiibo yet. I still have it. It's all sealed. But I've been playing through Twilight Princess again, which is a blast. I'm having a lot of fun with it. But as a lot of people know, it's based on the GameCube version. And I've played through Twilight Princess probably more than any other Zelda game. I don't know, I just really like that game a lot. And it's got probably the best dungeons in any Zelda game. But everything is reverse in this game because the Wii version was a mirrored version of the GameCube version, which I think you played through the GameCube version, right, Brant? When you played it, I think you played the GameCube version, so it wouldn't be a problem for you. But for me, because they wanted Link to be right-handed instead of just making Link reverse, they reversed the entire game. Wow. So I'll be going through dungeons and I'll go the wrong direction, or someone will be in a cutscene and they're facing the wrong way. Like, dude, it totally messes with my head. It's very strange. I'm still getting used to it, but I mean, I'm enjoying playing through it. It's great. Like, I know where all the heart pieces are. I know how to get through all the dungeons, but I'm still really enjoying it.
Is that your favorite Zelda? Officially?
Yeah, for me, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really like that one a lot. I mean, there are some shortcomings in it, but just as an overall package, I love the tone of the game. I just, like I said, it's got the best dungeons of any Zelda. I just like the pacing of it overall. I just really like it a lot. It isn't easy. It does fall on the easier side of Zelda for different Zelda games. But I think that's part of the reason I like it, because I can just play it much more relaxed. I can just kind of lay back, chill, and work my way through a dungeon. Although I should play it in hero mode with the Ganondorf amiibo attached, because that gives you like 4 times the damage, which would make it a little more difficult.
4 times the damage? You take 4 times the damage?
You would take 4. If you put in hero mode, it gives you 2 times damage. If you scan the Ganondorf amiibo, it gives you another 2 times damage. So you would get 4 times damage on that, which is just crazy.
That's crazy.
But, yep.
I was just going to say about that game.
Sure.
I think that would actually be one of my favorite Zeldas if they didn't have that excruciating beginning sequence. Yeah, that's like 2 to 3
And honestly, well, actually, once because I've done it so many times, once you know where to go, you can knock that thing out so fast. Because you're like, okay, got to run over here and get the baby carriage thing out of the water, the baby basket or whatever. Get it out of the water. Then I've got to go over here. I know I have to catch fish. Then I have to go. Like, if you know exactly what to do and where to go, you can knock it out really fast.
What they should have done is take it out for the remaster. Sure. I think that would have been have the option.
Sure. Well, I mean, a little bit of spoiler here for the game. Some of the techniques they teach you at the very, very beginning of the game don't come up again until the very, very end of the game. So if they cut it out, they would have to find a better way to just chop out certain pieces, I guess.
I didn't know that. So something you learn in the beginning, you don't even use again? Wow. That's
you don't use again until like the last boss fight. Yeah. So, but we'll just leave it there. We'll stop right there.
Don't.
But the other thing,
Ganon dies.
I don't want to spoil a game that came out almost 10 years ago, maybe. I mean, it's been a while. But the other thing I've been playing, Brant, it's all thanks to you, because you talked about how great this game is for a long time, and I've never tried it. And then all this talk about the expansion coming out, Binding of Isaac.
Oh,
I actually started playing that. It's been a long time. I mean, you've been talking about it for a while and how much you like it, and so I'm like, I'll check it out, because I just saw some more trailers for the new DLC that's coming to console soon. I'm like, I've been wanting to play it, and so I got it somewhat cheaply on the Wii U. So I started playing that, and the new DLC is supposed to come out like in next month or the month after.
Is it free?
I figured,
or is it?
No, it wasn't free.
Oh, okay.
But no, the DLC, I think
DLC.
I want to say $10.
Okay.
$5 or $10, I think. But it like doubles the content of the game. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm really enjoying it a lot. Some of it's kind of weird. There's certain things I don't understand. I don't understand why there are doors that have spikes on them that hurt you when you go through them. Like, I don't understand why they did that.
Yeah.
Is there special stuff behind those doors you can't get? I mean, why are they there? I know it's randomly generated.
Okay, well, there's many different mechanics, as in, like, you have your humanity in a way, and you can add you add those dark hearts and things, and just you get the pass. It took me about 2 hours in before I realized I could use certain items.
Okay, yeah, and that's the other thing. I mean, it's a trigger button that fires it, right? Because I know there's bombs, and there's like another thing you can do.
Right, and there's passive abilities you get, and then there's like I said, I was playing on the Vita, so I didn't know I had to tap on the screen to use certain items. I just get these cards, and they're randomized. The cards are. So that's one item I never knew you could use, and then you get the actual items you can use, like once it has the green bar that tells you how many times you can use it. And
right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little nuances in there, and like you said, you played it on the Vita. Well, most of the time I've been playing it. My wife's been watching TV or something like that, and I'll just play it on the gamepad. It's great because it fits perfect on the gamepad. And just use the sticks to move and shoot.
Yeah,
and I'm really enjoying it a lot.
Game, it's
right.
Great.
It's really good. Although I will say I still haven't beat it yet. I mean, I think I've gone. There's 6 levels down or 8 levels down, or like every time you pass a level, it shows little boxes. And I think the farthest I made it down is like maybe 3 or 4 levels down so far as the farthest I've gotten. And I haven't been able to finish. I mean, it's actually really, really difficult.
It is. It gets, especially later. Well, you go against your mom at one point, and then you actually fight Satan himself when you get all the way to the bottom, and it's ridiculous. But I did beat it. And
I'm assuming it's really hard.
It's ridiculous. Like 5 phases of Satan.
Oh wow, dude, that's crazy.
It's what's great about the game. I was just gonna say is that you have a run where you get absolutely the crappiest items, and you'll just die right away. But then in other runs, you'll get some of the best items you could possibly imagine, and you'll just like mow through it. And that's what is when you get those runs, you're like, man, I just want to play again to see what else I get.
Right.
It's true. One time you'll get
so many items I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, and there's some items that you'll get like halfway through, you're like doing awesome, and then you get this one item.
Yeah.
Like there's this one that you get that it's like a dead cat, and it gives you 9 lives, but you only have 1 hit, and you die, and you use that life, and then you start from the beginning. So you just get hit once, you die. So you get 9 lives, but then you just die right away. So it's really a crappy item to get. But
dude, that's
it's clever. Yeah, a lot of different.
Yeah, cool. Well, like I said, I'm really enjoying it. So
I like it better than their other game, Super Meat Boy, actually. So.
Oh, really? No, I have Super Meat Boy. I got that on PC during the Humble Bundle, which is actually also coming to Wii U, I think, next month. But which is really, really late. Which, like all we, and I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm
4
actually
or
surprised
5 years
stuff
late.
is right. I'm actually surprised stuff is still coming to Wii U. There was an app that came to Wii U this week for Rhapsody Music, and it's like, why? Like, I love my Wii U, but even Nintendo knows it's like going out the door. I mean, they're starting to put their Swan Song software on there, and it's just I don't know. It's interesting. I'm hoping NX will have some backwards compatibility, so my digital stuff will come over. I'll be so excited.
We should take a moment of silence for the Vita and the Wii U.
The Wii U,
because they're both going down.
2 wonderful
around
systems
the same time.
that just didn't make it. Oh man. Well, I mean, they made it. They just weren't very successful. But okay, Brant, how about we hop into our news section in what we call Captain's Log. Sean, that was for you, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the pregnant pause he was talking about.
Right, right. Good. Yeah. Because I did that last time. He said he thought it was hilarious. I'm like, I'll do it one more time for you.
There you go.
Okay, Brant. We'll start with some Xbox news here and get this out of the way. Now, did you enjoy the Gears of War series when you had your Xbox 360?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I think the main difference between me from PlayStation to Xbox is you have Gears of War, Halo. Those are shooters. Like one's a third person, the other's first person, and they're military-esque. So they don't appeal to me in that area. They're great games, but in my opinion, they just don't appeal to me. And then you have Bloodborne and Infamous, and I just felt PlayStation was more diverse. But and that's why I side with PlayStation more. I mean, I'm going off on a tangent here a little bit.
No, go for it.
But yeah, Gears of War, I think I played a little bit of 1, I think it was, when I had the 360. And yeah, it was, as far as mechanics go, it's one of the best games out there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I mean, Gears is, I enjoy Halo. It's fun. I mean, I play it with Matt and some other friends, but Gears is really the series I absolutely love on Xbox, which I'm glad I have an Xbox One because I can play this. But they just announced, I guess, the new Game Informer. They had a big story on Gears of War 4. So if you don't want spoilers on Gears of War 4, you might want to turn it off in the next, 2 or 3 minutes, whatever. But
come back.
right. Absolutely come back. We will know you left, and we will come find you.
Do you want this face to come after you?
Oh, man. Right.
Scary.
But Gears of War 4 is going to be set 25 years after Gears of War 3. So it's gonna pick up, and it's gonna be about Marcus Phoenix's son, JD, and then it's gonna be two other people, Kate and Delmont. Those are the three characters that are in the game. And it's going to be built around this new mechanic, what they want them to survive what they called a single night in the woods. So the whole game, they said it's going to be more compact, and it's going to be set over one night of events. And in Gears 3, a lot of people loved was that 4-player co-op. Now this game won't have that. It's only going to have 2-player co-op in this game. So some people are really disappointed in that. Although most of the time it's hard for me to get 4 friends together to co-op, so 2 co-op is perfectly fine for me.
Sure.
But pretty much what the story is, they said that JD and his close friend Delmont are on the run after a classified incident that forced them to leave the COG. So no one knows what it is, but they're on the run, and they're going to run into Kate, who they say is an outsider who was born in the wildlands, is what they call it. So it's going to be them probably running into her out in the wilderness, and they're going to team up together to fight, whatever's there. So, I mean, from what we saw at E3, at least graphically and gameplay wise, it looks fantastic. And I'm absolutely fine because people say, oh, Marcus has to be in it. But I'm actually kind of fine with them changing characters. I mean, it still ties into the original game, which is awesome. But it's a new team. So a new team with a new story and a new set of characters. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I didn't know it took place in like one night. That's sort of cool.
Yeah,
I like the premise.
I think it'll be an awesome game. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. They say it's coming out this year, but I have a feeling it'll get delayed. Although, actually, that's probably going to be Xbox's big holiday release, so maybe it won't get delayed.
I think that's going to be their big fall release.
Okay.
They need
I'm
something.
trying to think. Right, because
it won't be
what does
ReCore.
PlayStation have coming out in the holidays? Because I know Nintendo's going to have Zelda. Right. Because I'm thinking right now, if Nintendo's got Zelda and Xbox has Gears of War, what's PlayStation have that's going to go up against those games? Because I don't really know what all is coming out in the fall.
Well, let's see. They have No Man's Sky coming out in June.
Yep.
That's their big summer release.
Okay.
So Persona 5, I don't think that's been delayed to 2017 yet. So that could be one of their big releases.
Okay.
There's something else I'm missing. Something huge.
Well, when does Ratchet and Clank come out?
Like I said,
that's
they
pretty
have
soon, right?
Uncharted 4 soon. That comes out in the next few weeks, actually.
Right.
So...
Oh, okay.
That's a good question.
And that game looks fantastic. That game looks really good. Yeah, I guess it would have to come out in the next few weeks because it's going to be based off the new movie.
And that movie comes out.
Which the movie's based off. Yeah, and that comes out
doesn't it?
soon too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
it's right around the corner, man.
I know Sony. This E3 will be interesting to see if they have another God of War coming, or maybe they'll just use their VR speak in the fall, release in the fall. That'll be like their big boom,
Okay.
But
well, actually, speaking of VR, we'll hop into our PlayStation news because new details came out about the PlayStation VR. They interviewed Sony Computer Entertainment Vice President Masayasu Ito, I think. I'm terrible with names, but that's what it looks like to me.
Not a Japanese speaker.
Right. But he said that it's going to be it's going to be a mass market device. They said that they believe that the Oculus Rift will beat PlayStation VR. If you look at just power, Oculus Rift will be better, but PlayStation VR is going to hit on price point. Because they said, here's his quote. He said, if you talk just about high-end quality, yes, I would admit that Oculus Rift may have better VR. However, it requires a very expensive and very fast PC, which can cost over $1,000. The biggest advantage for Sony is our headset works with PlayStation 4. It's more for everyday use, so it has to be easy to use and has to be affordable. This is not for the person who uses a high-end PC. This is for the mass market. Now, really, I think that's a very smart move on PlayStation's part. I think that is what they need to be doing, because if they try to go after most powerful, that could cause some problems just from price point, because you're already spending, how much is PlayStation 4 now? $400 maybe?
$350.
Okay, and so I mean you already spend that much on a console. If you have to spend how VR or Oculus is like what, 800 I think, or 600.
Yeah, Oculus is in that $600-$700 range, and then the Vive or Vive is, what was that, $800? Something like that. Yeah.
Right. And so what PlayStation VR is doing is like, look, we're the number one selling console by a long shot, and I mean they are. They were the highest selling console in February, of course. I mean, nothing's slowing the PlayStation train down. And so they have all these units inside people's homes. If you can get a good VR headset, not too expensive, I think the attach rate could be pretty high on this. And they said that PlayStation VR is officially scheduled to arrive the first half of 2016. So sometime between now and June, it is coming. Although at GDC, there's going to be a specific PlayStation VR focused panel event. So we're going to probably learn a lot more. Probably learn the official price. We'll learn the release date. We'll learn games. The only other piece of news on PlayStation VR that came out, they said it cannot be used by children under the age of 12. This is the same thing that came out when the 3DS launched. It's the whole reason the 2DS happened, because I guess the way kids' eyes develop, it would mess up with the proper growth of their eyes.
I could see putting Eli in that, and he comes out, he's all cross-eyed and messed up.
Dude, it's just like on Christmas Vacation. What did they say? Fall in a well, her eyes cross, get kicked by a mule, they go back together.
Where's that mule?
Man. Oh, dude. But, I mean, so what do you think? Do you think PlayStation is going in a good direction with this?
I think if they can afford to take a loss, the PlayStation's, like you said, selling like game busters. They're actually going into the green again. So if they can afford to take a loss on some units, I don't think they can't get it down to $299. I think that would be too considerable. I'm saying
if they
I don't
do
think
that would be amazing.
No, I was saying I don't think they can do that. I think they'll be $399 will be dangerous for them, but I think they could make a splash if they released it for that price.
Sure.
$499 is what I think it's going to be, though.
Right. If they can do $400, even $450, I think they'd be okay. Because even then, they're at the cheaper end of the VR scale. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean,
absolutely.
There's so much talk.
I'm not big into VR.
Yeah.
I know Rob over at the Workprint is, because he talks about it all the time, how he wants to buy it all. And I know a lot of people are really excited about this. And even though I'm not super interested in buying it, I'm really interested in the technology, where it's going, how it's going to work, what's the price. For me, I think once it comes down to a more economic price point for myself, I may pick one up in the future. You never know. Yeah. So we'll see. And I know that Xbox teamed up with Oculus for certain things. I know in the Xbox currently, they say if you use the Oculus with the Xbox One, it just puts it kind of like in a theater mode, so it looks like you're inside a big theater. But I wouldn't be surprised if they found a way to make it also work on Xbox One or even PC. I mean, that's where it's going to work, is PC. So
I'm more intrigued by the whole process more than anything. Like you said, we're not going to be able to afford these early adopter fees for a VR, but down the road, it's going to be a thing. I mean, there's too many people in this race for it not to be a thing.
Right.
So I think if we want to get with the times, a year or two down the road, we're going to have to pick up some type of VR device.
Sure. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where it's at. I mean, because 2 years from now, it could be huge. It could be like the Wii, just skyrocket and take off, or it could be, I don't know, the Ouya. We have no idea what's going to happen.
It's going to be interesting because I'm in that stage where it's either going to be a PSVR or an NX that I get next. It's gonna be a crossroads for me. Am I gonna become one with Nintendo again? Or am I going to go with the new technology in VR?
Sure. And honestly, from a standpoint, I can see you leaning more toward the VR. Because I know 100% I'm getting an NX. I'm already putting a little bit of money away here and there when I can to try to save up for the NX, because I'm assuming it's coming out at the end of the year. So as long as I have enough money put away, I think I'll be okay on that. So we'll see. We'll see. And I mean, I've said it before. If NX gets that third-party support back, I don't... The only reason I really have my Xbox One right now is for some of the exclusives I can't get on Nintendo, like the new Assassin's Creed and Fallout, and those kind of games. And if they got the third-party support on the NX, I don't know how. I mean, outside of exclusives, I don't know how much I'd be touching my Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, you just have a Nintendo console again,
right?
So.
And, dude, I'd be so happy with that. I'd be so happy.
Yep.
But okay, real quick. Speaking of Nintendo, things aren't looking too good for the Wii U. We already know it's winding down. I mean, so far they've already lost a lot of things because they started with Nintendo TV. I don't know if a lot of people remember this. It happened in America. It was supposed to come to Europe. Never did. It was kind of like a TV guide where as you watch shows on TV, you could like kind of, I guess, in a way, tweet about it on your Wii U to other people watching the shows. And it had all these different connections. Like the actors would pop down on the screen. It'd be hooked to IMDb. Like it was actually really cool, but it just wasn't there. They also had a special, it was kind of like a Google Street View, only you could hold up the tablet and you could like literally walk around places and look around. It was actually kind of like VR. It was really cool. That was called Wii U Street View. That they also canceled that. That's gone. Well, now they're starting to shut down the TV channels that they had, like Mario Kart TV was something where it recorded like highlight videos and things like that. They are shutting that down as of April 5th. So all the signs are there that the Wii U is done.
They're putting a stake in it.
Right. And we know that Zelda Wii U is coming, hopefully, this year. We got Star Fox this year. Now, I know during our Nintendo Talks video, Brimmy and Matt both said they're excited for the new Fire Emblem coming to it. I don't really care too much for either series, Shin Megami Tensei or Fire Emblem, so I don't really care too much about that. And then Paper Mario's coming. But other than that, I mean, the Wii U's pretty much done. I don't see anything big coming. Maybe they'll throw a Kirby game at it because, I mean, they always seem to do that.
They will release Zelda for it. They almost have to now.
Sure.
I mean, if they just pull a 180 and release it for the NX, I don't know how people would take that.
I mean, maybe it'll be like Skyward Sword. Because Skyward Sword, it was literally like the last game to come out on Wii at all. Like, it was it. Like, that was it. And then the Wii was dead. And it never came anywhere else. It was just on Wii. It was a fantastic game, but it was just on Wii. They never brought it anywhere else.
Yeah. Like you said, it has to almost come out on the Wii U. And like you said, they're just pulling the plug on anything. This is like with the Wii, they started getting rid of channels. And, we got, like I said, we need to remember the brave souls that fought for the Wii U.
And I mean, the funny thing with the Wii U, dude, if they officially say the Wii U's done, here comes the NX, maybe we'll do a Nintendo Talks episode. You can join us if you want. We'll just talk about the great memories of the Wii U. Because there were a lot of really good games. Yeah, Smash Brothers, one of the best Smash Brothers was on there. Probably the greatest Mario Kart ever made was on there. A Wonderful 101. I mean, they're just title, and Pikmin 3. So many good games are on there.
I'm telling you, if the NX is backwards compatible, that will be a huge selling point for me.
Sure.
On the NX.
I hope so, because otherwise I'm going to have two systems hooked up to my TV. Well, I mean, I already have two systems hooked up. I mean, two Nintendo consoles at the same time, and that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, okay, Brant, on the third-party stuff, before the show started, you were talking about Rocket League. So what's going on with that, man?
Well, I think for March Madness Fever that's about to come out, there were screenshots and teasers on the Twitter page at Psyonix, I believe, is the developer. They showed a screenshot of a basketball and a cart trying to hit this basketball into like a ramp hoop thing, elevated above the ground. And they, I guess, confirmed it now, but I guess they're going to have a basketball mode in Rocket League, which is awesome.
Oh, awesome.
It's
you're already hitting the ball in the air anyway, right? It just moves your goal a little farther up, right?
Yeah, and it's cool how the hoop is because it's like a ramp, so you just, dribble the ball down and then go up the ramp and then go in the air, and then you'd have all these cards going up and trying to hit it in the goal. But yeah, it's that game. I just randomly picked it up one night because I felt like playing something, and oh my gosh, it should have been in my top 5 of the games of the year last year, because it's really that just fun gameplay wise. It's like the perfect game to play online.
Right. People are addicted to that game, like everywhere. It doesn't matter what system you play on, Xbox, PC, PS4, doesn't matter. People they love
Have you
that
picked
game.
it up yet?
No, I haven't. Actually, believe it or not, we were talking about, playing online, things like that. My Xbox Live just expired earlier this week. And I don't have the funds to renew it right now. So it's just, and the problem with it, I mean, I don't know if PlayStation's the same way, but like on Xbox, if your Xbox Live Gold expires, almost all the online features are just gone. So like Netflix and Hulu and all, like it's just gone.
I didn't know that.
And so, yeah, and you can't connect to any of that stuff. So I need to get a new Xbox Live Gold yearly thing.
Like $60?
But right now, yeah, it's $60 for the year. But right now, my wife, we have to take her car in and get it worked on and all this other stuff. I'm like, so we're saving money for
troubles.
that. Right. And so I'm like, well, I can't do my Xbox. Right now, my Xbox is just kind of sitting there. And right now I'm playing through Binding of Isaac and some other stuff on my Wii U. I'm playing Pokemon and, Twilight Princess. So my Wii U is getting plenty of play right now. So I'm not too worried about my Xbox at the moment. But as soon as the next big Xbox game comes out, I really need to renew my subscription. And I've never let it expire. I've always renewed it, but this time I just didn't have the money.
I need to think about when my PS subscription runs out.
Yeah.
I need to go look at that. Hopefully it's not soon. I don't want to lose my free I don't want to lose my free games. Well, you keep them, but I don't.
As long as you can't play them. Yeah. Until I get my gold subscription back, but I still have them.
Right.
But okay, Brant, let's move on to our money-saving section, My 2 Cents. Now, I know you had a list for us earlier. What kind of gaming deals are we looking at, sir? How can we pinch some pennies?
Well, you can pinch 10% off of certain games with the PlayStation Launch Party promotion.
Wonderful.
For the next few weeks. And this is taking the spot of that Spring Fever sale they had, where you pre-order the game and got 10%. It's basically the same thing, only these are... And all these games are games that I would want to play. Like, first week, 3/15 is the game I was talking about, Salt and Sanctuary. Mm-hmm. So, let's see. Dagnabbit, I can't get the price up. Okay. So $17.99, it would be $16.19 if you pre-order. And James, you like this, Day of the Tentacle Remastered.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it's coming out 3/22. 10%? Yep, 10% off, so $13.49.
I actually might grab that on PC because I grabbed Grim Fandango Remaster on PC. I got the Monkey Island Remaster games on PC, so I might grab that one on PC as well. Because those aren't really graphics-heavy games. And while my computer isn't, like, terrible, it's not like, a beast of a machine. So, but I think it'll run Day of the Tentacle without any problems.
Yeah, and you can actually play Maniac Mansion in its entirety in that game.
Really?
You didn't know about that Easter egg? Yeah, there's like a secret computer you go to, and you can play through the whole other game on the computer.
That's awesome. Yeah. So is that still in the game?
The remaster, I'm not sure, but I can't imagine them taking that out, which is pretty cool.
Dude, it's
like two classic adventure games. Yeah.
Right. I actually always played. I know it was on PC first, but I always played it on NES. All my memories of Maniac Mansion were on the NES.
I didn't even know it came out for the NES. Wow.
Yeah, that's right. I've always played it was on NES. Dude, Maniac Mansion is so good.
Yeah. And next on the April 5th is Enter the Gungeon, which this looks... if you have heard of Nuclear Throne, it's like a roguelike shooter, pretty much. That's pixelated, pixel art graphics. But this looks really similar to that, and it's a game that I'm really excited to play, so I'll purchase that one when it comes out. Cool. 4/12, they have Stories, The Path of Destinies, which it has like a weird like Groundhog's Day scenario. The art style looks really cool. It's like animals, what's that game called? Dust and Elysian Tale or something like that.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
And yeah, it has you play through the game, and then you learn certain things at the end that you could have changed to maybe get a better ending. So you play through it again and you know what to do the next time, which sounds pretty cool. Next one I'm really excited about. Not many people have played it, unfortunately, is Invisible Ink. It came out for PC last year.
That sounds so familiar. What is that?
It's a stealth-based... It's by Clay Entertainment, and it's a stealth-based... I want to say roguelike, but it's procedurally generated.
Because I absolutely love Clay Entertainment, but I don't remember.
They did Don't Starve.
Yeah, what did I say?
No, you didn't say anything. I didn't.
Okay.
But yeah, they made Don't Starve, so
yes. And they also made Shank, dude. Great game.
Yeah, Shank. That's a good little developer. But yeah, that looks phenomenal. And then the last but not least is Alienation from Housemarque.
Oh,
on
yeah,
$4.26. So
cool.
Instead of paying $19.99, you pay $17.99. And yeah, Housemarque just makes great games. So you shouldn't have any reservation getting this. What the Dead Nation game they made? We played a little bit of that together. And yeah, this one looks...
Oh, dude, Dead Nation was so good.
Yeah,
Dead
it
Nation
looks
was awesome.
pretty similar to that. So
okay.
Awesome deals there.
Cool. Awesome. Well, with that, we are going to hop into our topic of the week. As we said earlier in the show, we've had so many awesome guests on our show over our first year, over our first 41 episodes since we started our anniversary last time on 42. So we've had so many awesome guests, and we just wanted to bring as many back as we could. So for this episode, we're going to continue from last week, and we have some awesome guests, as I mentioned earlier. We have Ray Osorio from Phoenix Overdrive on there. We have Emil from Zoink Games, creators of Zombie Vikings, Stick It to the Man. They make some awesome games. And then we also have Dave Proctor from 13 AM Games, the creator of Runbow. So we hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah. Ray Osorio, Rise Against. No, wait, it's Rise Above. Sorry. Rise Against. I'm quoting a post-hardcore band.
Oh,
Rise Above.
I apologize. We
love you, Ray.
With that, guys, we hope you enjoy the show. Okay, guys, we are back with another wonderful guest on episode 17 of our Summer Game Series, where we talked about Final Fantasy. Ray Osorio is back with us from Phoenix Overdrive. Ray, how you doing tonight, sir?
What up, Ray?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. Thank you guys for having me back again. It was a great time
Rise
before.
Above.
That's
rise
right.
above. Strive
Absolutely.
to rise above,
Yes.
always.
Yes.
So, Ray, it's been a while since you've been on the show. What's going on? What's new with Phoenix Overdrive?
We are currently in our beginning planning stages for our November event. It's November 5th, 2016. We actually do have an open invite to everyone. Whoever wants to come up, if you want to make a trip up to Central New York, to the Utica, New York area, you're more than welcome to. We're actually going to be playing at our local hospital here.
Oh, cool.
So we actually have our event. We partner with them. So definitely you guys are there. If you want to find out more information on that, Facebook.com/Phoenix Overdrive. That's the easiest way to catch all our updates and everything like that. Or if you want to look at our community, which you guys are a part of, and we thank you very much for that. Facebook.com/groups/Phoenix Overdrive Nation. So we're going crazy with that, trying to get all of our stuff going. We've got the event we're planning. We're trying to get everyone here. We're trying to bring anyone and everyone that you guys want to come. You guys are more than welcome to, So definitely you guys can make your way up here. Not far.
It's
not far.
Not too
trip,
yeah,
James.
road trip, probably a day and a half, maybe. Not too bad. Not too bad.
A few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we are working on community generated content too. So we actually just had a couple reviews go up from our friends Justin Page and Sue Junhao for Just Cause 3 and a review of XCOM 2.
Oh, cool.
So definitely go check those out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Phoenix Overdrive. So Lee's usually the one that has all the verbiage. I'm just kind of like the fearless leader.
You're like the Jared Petty of the podcast.
There you go.
The knowledge.
Well, Ray, we didn't bring you on here just to, talk about Phoenix Overdrive. We brought you on here to play a fun little game we started recently. A few episodes back with our guests, we started playing a game called Versus, where we use a random game generator, to bring two games together, and you get to decide which one is the better game. And just to let our listeners get to know you a little bit better, learn your gaming tastes. But with this one, Brant, how will we have you kick it off, sir? What would you like to ask Ray tonight?
Okay. How about we do Final Fantasy VI versus, what was the other one, James? I don't have it up with me.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Final Fantasy Tactics. There we go.
Yes. We like to throw a hard one. We like to throw a hard one at the beginning because it's more
nice.
fun.
Well, you were on our Final Fantasy
That's
episode.
right. That's what we felt like to kick it off with that.
Way.
Definitely. Wow. Way to put me on the spot right off the bat, guys.
That's right.
Yes.
Just for nostalgia's sake and just how much I champion that game, Final Fantasy VI. It's hard because I love tactics. I've been playing Fire Emblem now because that just recently came out.
Oh, cool.
And that is like spiritually reminds me so much of tactics, and it's just like I want a new tactics game. Square Enix, where's our tactics sequel? Make a new one. Remake the old one.
Right.
HDify it. Do something.
Sure. Actually,
make it happen.
Speaking of Fire Emblem, I just started playing that tonight. Fire Emblem Awakening. My brother-in-law Matt, who we have on the show, he let me borrow his copy like in the summertime, and I just never got around to playing it. And I was looking through my game shelf. I'm like, I still have that. I should probably play that and get that back to him. So I started playing that tonight. I'm about like an hour and a half into it.
Oh man, it's addicting.
Right, I'm enjoying it so far.
I have problems with insomnia, so I'm already like the last 4 nights. I started playing Monday night when I couldn't sleep, and I'm already like 25 hours into the game in almost 4 days. So yeah, I've been playing kind of hardcore.
Okay, and so with the new Fire Emblem, which version did you buy?
I actually bought both, and I have the Revelation version pre-ordered.
Oh, awesome!
So I got it all. I need my Fire Emblem fixed. It does not all the time that Nintendo does that. And hey, best selling Fire Emblem to date, quickest selling, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just think it was because they had multiple copies. That's what generated it. But
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, now they do have that one special version where it has all 3 on one cartridge, I think, right?
Yeah, the special edition, if you pre-ordered that, which it's almost impossible to find now, it had Birthright, Conquest, and the Revelation all on one cartridge.
Right.
So yeah, but I just got 2 separate cartridges and got the DLC as a download, so.
Awesome. Cool. Okay.
Enjoy.
Sure. Okay, here's another one for you. Rocket League versus League of Legends.
Because I'm so terrible at MOBAs, it's gonna have to be Rocket League.
Okay.
I have to give it to Rocket League. That's just pure unadulterated, just mayhem fun. We played a lot, Brant. Back a while ago. Man,
first
Brant
came
knows
out.
all the insanity that ensued in that chat room. Like nobody was sane, I think, by the time we were done with it, but we had so much fun.
Sure. Awesome. Now, are you still playing Rocket League?
Yes, I still play Rocket League. Anytime there's like a game going or somebody be like, hey, I want to play something. I'm like, hey, let's all play Rocket League. All right, let's go.
Just get everybody together. Perfect game.
And I know that just came out on Xbox One. I have to get that sometime because I still haven't played that.
You need to get that. I will get it on Xbox, and I will play it with you, Jamie.
Okay.
Seriously, I will play that with you.
That's a deal.
Buy it again.
I will buy it again. Yeah. Well, I didn't buy it the first time. I got it free. So support the developers.
Yes.
Well, that's right. It was free on PlayStation Plus, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, okay, Brant.
Yes.
What do you have for him next?
You lose. All right, sir. I'm not sure how much you're into this series, but how about we'll just Dragon Quest versus Final Fantasy series. I think I know where it's going, but
it's a tough one
instrumental.
Because the original Dragon Warrior, which is what Dragon Quest was originally. I love those games, but it's gonna have to be Final Fantasy, hands down. Like, it's gonna be Final Fantasy in that one where it's like series that's kind of okay in my eyes versus like what the pinnacle of JRPGs were to me. It's gonna be Final Fantasy.
Sure. Cool.
All right.
Are you looking forward to? I know they're bringing Dragon Quest 3DS. I think. Is that the one they're bringing over?
I've been interested. Like I played a little bit of the Dragon Quest Heroes, which is more kind of like the Musou games, like the Dynasty Warriors and stuff like that, which was actually really, really cool. But I'm looking forward for them to kind of go back to the roots because they've kind of gone away from what Dragon Quest was a little bit. But so is Final Fantasy. So right now they're both kind of in this weird spot for me.
Right.
So we'll definitely see what Final Fantasy 15 does versus what the next Dragon Quest does.
Sure. Okay, cool. Okay, here's another one for you, because we saw that fight stick in the background before we started recording. So I'm going to ask you for your last question, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That is a very good one.
And the other one's erased from existence. Just to
Right.
The other one's erased from existence.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat can go bye-bye.
Existed.
Okay. And why is that?
No
just
blood
because
or guts.
I just have that nostalgia and that love for Street Fighter. Like, I was a regional Street Fighter champion back in the Midwest.
Oh, wow.
I grew up in Gary, Indiana, which is actually not too far from you guys. I grew up in Indiana, which is closer to Chicago. It's like, technically they consider like a Chicago suburb because it's only like 25 minutes from there. But me and my brother would compete in Street Fighter tournaments, and we got to the regionals for the Midwest area, and I won the Midwest. I didn't fare so well at the national level.
Yeah.
I got my butt handed to me, but
That's still impressive.
Not many people do.
That's way better than I can do.
yeah, but just with that, and that's what prompted me to get the fight stick, was because that's how we played. We played back in the day. We didn't play on controllers. We played at the arcade.
Right.
You know, when they had the tournaments, that we would be playing on an arcade cabinet. So I was just like, I want to bring the old school back.
Sure.
So that's the Mad Catz Tournament Edition 2 Plus. It's like one of their higher end sticks for fighting games. So I was excited to get that. But apparently, you guys didn't see our episode where it was just like the Marry Love Kill kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it was just like Pokemon, it was Pokemon, Half-Life, and World of Warcraft, I think, were the choices.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I would love World of Warcraft, I would marry Pokemon, and I would kill off Half-Life. And Lee and Becky were just like in shock and awe. They're just like, what? I was like, yep, Half-Life dead.
Yeah,
no more. Out of existence. So that's what that reminded me of when you guys were saying either or the verses.
They can't make any more games for it.
Right, yeah. I mean, is Half-Life 3 ever going to happen?
And not in my head. I killed
they're
it.
done
It's
making
dead to me.
games for Half-Life.
Yeah.
At least those other series can live on. Don't blame you.
Right.
I love Half-Life, but it's dead.
Right.
Bring back Half-Life.
Ray, thanks for coming on the show tonight, man. We had a great time with you. Thanks for coming back. We loved having you. Let our listeners know, where can they find you on Twitter and all those wonderful places?
Okay, so I am at ElrayNY617, so that's ELREYNY617 on Twitter, which is also my gamer tags for pretty much everything. You can find our podcast for the Phoenix Overdrive Nation and Extra Life team at nerd. It's nerd_overdrive on Twitter. You can find us youtube.com/Phoenix Overdrive. That's where all of our videos and podcasts go. We're on iTunes and Stitcher and SoundCloud and pretty much everywhere you can search for Nerd Overdrive, which is our podcast, or search for Phoenix Overdrive, which is our community and the Extra Life team. So we're gearing up for 24 hours. Hopefully we get you guys up here. You guys can play some games for 24 hours with us.
See, I couldn't get Brant to do it. I couldn't get Brant to do it last time either.
I gotta play this year.
Right.
I'm
Brant, all
gonna
you gotta
do it
do
this
is
year.
sleep
This
before,
year.
get some coffee and energy drinks if you drink them.
Right.
Well, I have the insomnia thing going on too, so it shouldn't be a problem.
I have insomnia too, so it should work out better in my favor, because last year it was rough. This last year it was really rough.
Oh, wow. Ray, thanks for coming on the show tonight, man. Have a wonderful rest of the night.
Thank you. You guys too. Thank you again for having me. Go ahead and rise above. Hashtag
thank you.
Rise above.
That's right.
All right, guys.
Rise
Hashtag rise above.
Hashtag rise above. There we go.
See you later, man.
Right,
Take it easy.
Okay, guys, for our next guest, he was on episode 32 of the Life of Gaming podcast. We have Emil from Zoink Games. Emil, how you doing today, sir?
Hello, sir.
Hey, I'm good, thank you.
Wonderful. So it's been a little while since you've been on the show. So what's going on with Zoink Games? Anything exciting?
Definitely. We are we have recently released Zombie Vikings on Steam, and we are now working on getting it to like the rest of the platforms we can we feel we can do it on. So
Awesome.
I think the Xbox 360 is up next, and
Great.
no, Xbox One. I mean, sorry.
Sure.
You can jump back last gen.
Sure.
Definitely, it's just pressing a button.
Right.
And we're also working on some other projects that I don't think we have talked about. So.
Oh,
much yet.
okay. Cool. Awesome.
You can't divulge any information on that.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We don't want to get
You
him in
don't want
trouble
anybody
here.
coming after you.
No, definitely.
Right. Well, Emil, since you've been on the show, with our guests, we started playing this game called Versus, where we have two different games. We have a random game generator, and they pop up, and we're going to let you know these two games, and you'll have to let us know which one you would prefer, and just let us know why. And you told us beforehand, you've played a lot of different systems. You didn't play a lot of Sega, but you PlayStation, Nintendo, things like that.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start with an easy one on PlayStation 1. Would you say you would prefer Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon?
That was pretty hard, but but I think I have to say I have to go with Crash Bandicoot. I thought I preferred how like quick that game can be.
Okay.
Like it's very like straightforward and linear, and I feel that. I just like that it's kind of a 3D platformer where the camera is not really a problem because it's so like on rails.
Right.
It still feels very like, I don't know. It feels very good still.
Sure. So, I mean, is Crash 1 your favorite Crash Bandicoot? Because I know there were, 3 of those games? Which one did you prefer?
Yeah, I think I play them in the wrong order. So, I remember as a kid I got the third one for my birthday, and I was super confused about like how the whole hub system and level selection works in that game, because it's the weird where you have to stand on a button and walk into some kind of portal. But I don't know. As a kid, I thought it was really cool because in that game you could like ride motorcycles and get the Apple bazooka and fly planes and stuff. Which so when I went back to like the second game and the first game, I was like, oh, this is so none of the cool stuff is here.
Right. I mean, many people say that Crash 3 is the best one.
Right.
Well, Brant.
Plus you're a Bandicoot.
Brant, what do you got for him, sir?
How about, I don't know if you played these series, but God of War 2 versus Infamous 2. Which one would you keep and which one would you erase from existence?
Oh.
No pressure.
Right.
This is a weird one because I've only played like the first God of War, first Infamous.
Okay, we'll change it. Let's say God of War 1 and Infamous 1.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have to say I would probably erase God of War from existence.
Okay.
Ooh. No, I agree.
No, I don't know. The first Infamous is weird because it's like, it felt like it has such a like weird tone with like how comic book it feels, but it also feels like the enemies in that game are kind of like Scooby-Doo villains. You have this like weird trash men who just go around and gather trash, and it felt so silly, but also like, I don't know, just playing around with the powers and the freedom in that game was a lot of fun. And I don't know, Kratos mostly seemed angry and stabby, and I was less into that.
Right. Okay. Sure. I mean, and
exactly.
I think they're making another God of War. They haven't announced anything, but there's probably another one on the way.
They probably are.
Right.
Yeah.
VR God of War. Here we come.
Okay, well, to get off PlayStation, let's hop into some Nintendo stuff. Would you say you would play Super Paper Mario or Star Fox Adventures, Dinosaur Planet?
That one's difficult because I haven't really played much of any of those.
Oh, okay.
I have this weird fascination with the Dinosaur Planet game.
Okay.
Because it seems so like It seemed so like just looking at it was like your idea. Yeah, your idea of Star Fox was like, oh, this is some kind of space shooter game, and then there's this weird adventure games with dinosaurs, and you're like, this seems fun.
Actually, that game, believe it or not, Star Fox Adventures, I still have my GameCube copy, and I played it somewhat recently. I mean, it's kind of weird because it takes the Legend of Zelda and Star Fox and kind of mashes them together. Although it's more Zelda than Star Fox because there's only very few missions where you actually fly. Most of the game you're on ground doing open world puzzle adventure, kind of like a Zelda, doing dungeons and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring us back to flying, Nintendo.
Right.
N64 days.
Yes.
Well, Emil, are you excited for the new Star Fox that's, hopefully on the horizon? If they don't delay it again.
Yeah, actually I am, because I'm a really big fan of like the Platinum games, and also I played a lot of the in Nintendo Land. I felt like there weren't many people who played that, but like the Metroid game they had in there with the motion controls they had for the spaceship. I thought that was actually worked really well and was quite fun. So when they said they were going to focus on having weird motion controlled Star Fox game, I was like, this might actually be pretty great. I hope. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that.
Awesome. Okay, Brant, you got another one for him here?
Okay, how about stick with the GameCube? How about Super Smash Brothers Melee versus Super Mario Sunshine?
Ooh.
Oh, this one is probably easier for me. But I played so much of Super Smash Brothers. I barely played Sunshine.
Some people are diehard. Sunshine's the best, but I understand.
Yeah. No, I think I was more of a 64 person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I still played Melee last year a bit, and it was it still works. It's still good.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Okay, so are you into the new Smash Bros for Wii U? Are you playing that a lot?
Yeah, we do that at the office sometimes on the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the 3DS is not really the best thing for playing Smash because you get hand cramps, but
sure.
kind of don't care because you get to play Smash at
Right.
the office. It's cool.
Well,
whoever loses has to stay for work, right?
Yeah.
Are you the kind of person that plays with items on or items off?
I'm probably one of those more I only want the final destination and I don't want any items.
Good man.
Well, and who's your go-to character then?
For a while it was the Wii Fit trainer, just because I just loved how they are how they murder people with these silly poses and then just oh, you need to relax. Character itself felt so fun. I don't know.
Sure. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's do one more here for you. Let's see here. Okay. Now, I don't know if you played either of these games, but Mass Effect versus Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Oh.
Do you have time for games that big?
Yeah, no. I used to. I think I have to go with Mass Effect on this one. I was just I don't know. I thought that was a more appealing universe and format. At least what I felt at least the first Mass Effect is very good at triggering your imagination of what this universe could be and the potential, and that excited me a bit more than Viking snow area. I don't know. That's a bit reductive, but I was not in. I have never been really been familiar with the Elder Scrolls games.
Sure. Okay. Well, Emil, thank you for joining us today and letting us get to know you a little bit better. But let our listeners know, where can they find you on Twitter and the internet and places like that?
Yeah, I do have a Twitter account. Which is probably the easiest way to find me. It's I hate saying this in English. I should have picked a name that's easier to say in English. But it's at it's my name, so it's like Groove Emil, which I guess in English is spelled like GRUV
Okay.
EMIL. So
Okay.
maybe you can find that, or just stalk the Zoink account, and sometimes they they respond to what I type.
Sure. Okay. And don't worry, we'll put it in our description of the episode, and we'll have it under on our video episode. We'll have it listed on there as well, so people will be able to find you.
Yeah. No.
And where can people find more information about Zoink Games?
The easiest thing is probably to follow the Zoink Twitter account. It's usually pretty active, or at least like link to all of the stuff that we put up. Where I mean, we do have the blog and the YouTube videos we put up semi regularly. So that's usually linked from there.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Emil, thank you for joining us today, and we hope you have a great rest of the day, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I almost have all the trophies in Zombie Vikings, so I'll keep working at that. My son loves it, so.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Good to hear.
Zombies and Vikings just mix so well.
Right. And now that's coming to Xbox One, I'll finally be able to check it out.
Yeah.
Finally.
Awesome. Okay, man. Have a great rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, guys, we are back. And our next guest, you may remember him from episode 33, Dave Proctor from 13 AM Games. Dave, thank you for coming back. How you doing tonight?
Hello, sir.
Doing good. Thank you very much for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know you went through trains and snow and everything to get to us tonight, so we are very grateful.
The zombie infestation.
Yeah, it was a veritable Oregon Trail to get back to my house. But did not die of dysentery. I'm doing all right.
Good, good.
That's great to hear.
No.
No severed limbs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a little while since you've been on the show. So, what's new with 13M Games? Anything going on? I know you said you've had a long day.
Yeah, like every day is a long day now, which is weird because like we already released our game, right? When was I on the show last?
It's been a while because this is episode 42. You were on 10 episodes ago, so that's been like about 10 weeks,
A few
maybe?
months ago.
Yeah, it's been a few
Okay.
months.
Okay, yeah. That sounds like So we would have probably just launched in like Australia, and maybe Japan was coming up around that time. No, it's been good. It's been steady, and we've been enjoying our everyday. So we unfortunately, I don't have anything super exciting to talk about now.
No other secret projects.
I can wet the proverbial whistle and say that you'll get to hear something very soon.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
So we're not just sitting around, Well,
Twiddling your
most
thumbs.
of what we're doing is actually sitting around and fixing Runbow. But I
No,
don't know if you guys have played and been online recently. We fixed a whole bunch of a lot of our connectivity issues. Like we listened a lot to what the community was saying about how to make the online system work better. And we took all of their feedback and made what I think is a vastly superior experience. So if you played Runbow and you're like, the online sucks, go back on, because I think it's so much better. And we can go on and actually see people playing games now, and that's been our core focus for so long. In addition to all other things that are going to be really
Awesome. Awesome. And I know with Runbow, I love that game. I've been playing a lot of it, and I always try to get my group of friends together to go online and play it, because that game, I mean, it's fun playing by myself trying to beat times, but I think it's best played when you have a big group of people together.
That's awesome. Thank you.
and your secret project, you're going to port it to the Vita, correct?
We're doing
Please.
Uyo. We're making some things.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Brant always throwing his Vita
I'm
love.
the PlayStation man, so.
Good to know. Our core focus right now is to give back to that Nintendo audience that helped us get so buoyant.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're our number one concern, and will be for a little while.
Cool.
Good to hear.
Now, I'm assuming
NX.
you don't know any of these NX rumors floating around on the internet, right?
Yeah, and sitting right behind him there,
What I can say, and this is only like what I know about my time on this earth, is that like if you look at some of those patents and think that someone would actually release that, you've got to be kidding me.
Right.
Like those things can't be true. I don't know if you saw like the one. It was like an oval, and it was like a screen, and someone like photoshopped Mario Kart on the screen, and it was an oval screen, and your thumbs were over the screen playing. Like no.
Right. There's no buttons on it. It's just it was analog sticks on a touch screen. It was very weird.
And like, I applaud the creativity of whoever made that, but like, don't believe that can't be a thing. Or, like, we owe it to ourselves to hope that that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog's going insane.
They love the show.
Hold on 1 second.
Not a problem.
You're good.
Oh, this is good radio.
Yes, absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
I was commentating to your delivery there, so it worked out great.
Thank you. So yeah, what were we talking about?
We were talking about how crazy and all those wonderful NX rumors that you didn't want to tell us that they're actually true. So
Yeah, no, I don't actually know anything. I wish I did. I'd be like one of like 10 people in the whole world that knew that.
Right.
Which would be like that would be the kind of secret that I want to know.
Sure.
Like that's something. I want someone to just like whisper something in my ear and then like disappear off the face of the planet. That would be really.
I like to imagine Nintendo is like Willy Wonka's factory, right? Like only a few people can get in. You got a golden ticket.
The golden ticket.
Miyamoto dressed like Willy Wonka with the top hat and everything.
People are just right on the tour. They're just like, where'd that guy go?
Okay, well, Dave, we brought you on here not just to talk about Rumbo. We're going to shoot some questions at you to see which games you prefer. So let's see here. Okay, actually, we'll start off with some Nintendo stuff. Okay. So what we did, we ran all these games to a random game generator and popped some stuff out. So would you prefer New Super Mario Brothers or Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga?
And sorry, what is am I saying that one has to disappear forever?
One just
it's erased from
existence.
existence.
It's erased from existence.
It never existed.
I'm gonna say New Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
Because the Superstar Saga is an innovation. It's something different, and I'm like halfway through finishing it, so if it disappears, I can't finish it, and that would be upsetting.
See, that's the first one in the series too. I mean, there's some awesome ones after that. Although Paper Jam just came out, I haven't had a chance to touch that one yet.
I played it a little bit at E3 last year. I loved it. It's got to be. I'm looking forward to trying it again.
Sure. Awesome. And Superstar Saga is fantastic. I actually still have my old Game Boy Advance in a box, and the only cartridge I have left, I've got Pokemon, I forget which one came out on Advance, the blue one, Sapphire, I think, and then I have Super Mario Saga, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Those are the only two games I have left. Well, okay, Brant, what do you got for him, sir?
Let's see. Let's throw a curveball. How about Beautiful Joe versus No More Heroes?
Oh, Beautiful Joe versus No More Heroes.
Two different games. Very different.
They are. I gotta be honest with you.
Okay.
I haven't played Beautiful Joe.
Oh.
So. See now, like, do I go with the thing that I played, the thing that I haven't played?
Did you enjoy?
I want everyone to experience the insanity of Suda51's games, so No More Heroes gets to stay. That's my pick.
Okay, awesome. Now, I'm assuming you played No More Heroes 2 as well?
I actually haven't. I played No More Heroes 1.
Oh, wow. Okay. See, everyone says 2 is better. Personally, I liked 1 better. I have them both, but I think I liked 1 better.
You get the laser sword going, you're laughing. Doesn't matter what beam sword. I like actually that terminology better. It doesn't matter when it happens. We just I really loved No More Heroes.
Okay, I got another one for you. Ready, sir?
Yep.
Okay. Eternal Darkness versus Resident Evil.
Ooh.
It's hard. Now, here's another, like, you guys really got to get Alex on this show because he's played everything. I haven't played Eternal Darkness.
Oh, no. You have to.
I know.
It's so good.
I love Resident Evil, but Eternal Darkness, one of the lead designers on that was a good friend of the studio's, Brad Furminger. It was made up here. So you know what? For him, I'm going to keep Eternal Darkness around because I got to play it.
Okay,
so
sure.
it can't vanish forever. Right?
Okay. Well, what are some other horror games you played?
Oh, dude. I mean, if you can, like the Resident Evil series, huge fan of, especially 1 and 2. Really, really big fan of 1 and 2. Do you qualify sort of Last of Us as horror, or is that a little bit more on the, like, not really, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's horror. It's horror-ish.
I peed myself a few times.
Have you played
Clickers? Lone Survivor?
Survivor? Yeah.
No.
I have it. I want to play it. It's on my Vita.
I have that on Wii U.
It's a 2D horror game.
Yeah.
It's debilitating. It's very, very discomforting.
Oh, man.
That's what I really love. And it's so, like, not a huge scale or scope game, but it's really, really creepy.
Yeah.
You have me wanting to play that now.
And it jitters and juts around in a way that makes you feel very uneasy.
Yeah.
Huge recommendation. So I'm not going to say that it should stick around over like Resident Evil, but you know, it's a really good game.
Sure, and that's one I got on my Wii U back when they had a sale. I can't remember when that was. And I still need to play that. I started playing it, and you're right. Like even just like the sound effects and everything. I mean, it's a side-scrolling like 2D game, but it just the way it makes you feel, it scares you more than like almost any other game you play.
Unbelievable. And Silent Hill. I mean, the original Silent Hill. Come on.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Now, are you disappointed in Silent Hills not happening?
That could be really cool.
Yeah.
PT scared the bejesus out of me. Like, really.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, still don't feel like super great about that whole experience. But I don't know. I think it doesn't bother me that like Hideo is gonna go do something else. Hideo, pardon me, because he's really cool at what he does. So there something else will come from this, you know, like
Sure.
A new quest will start from here.
Awesome.
So I think that'll be okay. I just it would be nice. I don't know why everybody loved Norman Reedus. Like
Yeah.
he's okay. I don't know. Like everyone's like, oh my god, Norman Reedus is in a video game. Like I don't care.
I got my crossbow.
Right.
Like I stopped watching The Walking Dead like in season 1.
Sure.
Like if his character improved and everybody in the world got super awesome about him, that's one thing. Or everyone got like really racist, and I didn't know.
He was really whiny. That's what I remember. Yeah.
So rough first season for him. So
Yes.
I'm not upset that like racist Walking Dead character in the video game is not coming out. As far as I don't know. You can quote me on that.
Sure.
But maybe you shouldn't.
We will. We'll put that in the description of the episode.
Thank you. Make me seem like I really have my finger on the pulse of the industry.
Right. Actually, speaking of Walking Dead, I've only seen one episode because my wife and I, we don't have like cable or satellite or anything like that, so I've only like caught bits and pieces.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
If you're into zombies, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Well, Dave, thank you for joining us tonight, sir. We had a great time having you on the show. Thank you for taking the time, especially after a long day of work, because you hopped on, said your brain was fried, and we still got to ask you some questions. So,
And I gave you my all.
Thank
so
you.
there's
Thank
Yes, thank you.
no, my pleasure, guys. Please keep us in touch, and keep your ears out. Maybe some cool.
Absolutely. Well, also before you go, let our listeners know, where can they find you and 13am Games and things on Twitter and all over the internet.
Always, we're constantly retweeting and tweeting back at 13am Games. That's our Twitter handle. We have a Tumblr page. Comes up with blogs and patch notes mostly. We are super active on Miiverse, and they're the most excited group of people on the planet. And like sometimes we're on the Facebook page. It's not our most active thing, but like to everyone on Facebook, thank you for your like trying to reach us and then us not responding. I apologize. But yeah, 13amgames.com. You can find out everything about the company, and Runbow's available on the Wii U. So go play it. The online is great.
Awesome. Well, like I said, thank you for joining us again, man. Had a great time.
My pleasure.
Yes,
Enjoy the
thank
rest
you,
of your
Dave.
evening, sir.
You too.
Okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed that. We had a great time recording that, over time. So you may notice, especially if you watch the video version, sometimes our clothes change in between videos. That is magic, sir. The magic of editing.
The magic of editing.
But we hope you guys enjoyed that. We had a great time. We thank you, Ray. Thank you, Emil. Thank you, Dave. For coming on the show. We had an absolute blast having you on the show. But just to let you guys know, find Life of Gaming on iTunes. Make sure to go in there and rate us. We would absolutely love that. And find us on YouTube. So if you're listening to the iTunes version, not watching the video version, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. We got some great content on there. We have this video version of this podcast up every week. We also have some great Let's Plays on there. We've got a series we call Indie Log, where we talk about our favorite indie games on there. We've got our Nintendo Talk discussions on there, which I talked about earlier in the show. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also find Life of Gaming on Facebook. We're on Twitter at Life of Gaming Pod, so make sure to check us out there. We're also on SoundCloud and the Microsoft MP3 store. So find us everywhere you can. You can subscribe and follow us. We're pretty nice guys. You can always reach out to us on there as well. As for myself, you can find me on Twitter at JamesPlus12. I'm also on Xbox and Wii U and Twitch, Jamester0722. And Brant, where can people find you, sir?
On Twitter at minus the Brant, MINUSTHEBRANT. And
Thank you for spelling that.
Yes.
That was very kind of you.
I've had some people say, I can't find you. And then I said, you put a D and T, BRANDT, didn't you? And they're like, oh,
okay,
yeah.
there you go.
There you go.
You wanted to show everyone your spelling skills and impress them.
Yeah.
That's good.
Spelling Bee champ circa 2004, or wait, 1994. Yeah, here we go.
There you go. Awesome.
And Josh Brandt on Facebook. And yeah, check out my stuff at PlayStation Enthusiast.
Yep, and you actually have a brand new podcast going up on there, so that is awesome, sir.
Yep.
Hopefully, you guys are enjoying that. Having a good
Podcast
time.
for the greatest. Our catchphrase. Yep.
There.
Boom.
And also, you guys can find me on the Work Print podcast. Not every week, but when I have the opportunity, I'm on there as well. Also, check out Bobby in the Geekcast. That's up every week. I'll actually be a guest on their show this week, so make sure to check that out.
Oh, cool.
Brant, do you have any other guest appearances up anywhere else for people to peruse through?
No, everybody had enough of me. They're like, we can't have this guy back.
Awesome. Oh, also, don't forget to check out Sean Capri, who we've had on the show. We talked about him on here before. I actually was on that show recently on We the Gamercast, which is an absolutely fantastic show if you haven't checked it out yet. He brings on different people. Actually, Brant, you've been on it as well. So
yeah.
He had both of us on there. He just brings different content creators on there. And with this show, we got an outline, we kind of go through, talk about the different video game news. His story, you just get to know the creator. I mean, there's no script, he just goes through and it's just a conversation. And it's great. It's a fantastic listen. So make sure to check that out over on We.
Your episode was really great because you actually went through history and of Nintendo and stuff, and actually had me laughing out loud a few times. So yeah, check out his podcast.
It was a great time. So absolutely check that out. So guys, we hope you enjoyed this wonderful show. We got some awesome content coming up next time as well. But until that, guys, we are out.
Bye.